Yep.
Alright guys, we are back as well. The teams are slowly coming back into it. Very short, sharp break for us, getting ready to have a bit of a yarn about this yet again. And we were talking about the ability of both of these teams and both of their individual, kind of big players. You've got Genius and Cigarettes on one hand, and then you've got the damage that is Take J and Laz on Absolute, and unfortunately they just don't come out on top in that last one. They bring it mighty close, considering it almost looked like it was going to be a bit of an overhaul from Signature, as they were, I think at one point they were 12-8 or something, I think it was, but no, they will not give up, and they won't give up without a fight, and I guess that's what we really need to see from these teams in these regions nowadays. It's coming to the point where we can really start performing at a certain level, and the only way we can show that is by turning up. So, no, I think this is going to make for a very interesting map.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think as much as we did say that it needs to be Mirage for Absolute, I still feel like there's a chance here. This isn't the worst possible map that Absolute could come up against in the second map of the series, right? It's not as if they're going up on some map that they're that they haven't played in a while, or they don't have a great win rate on. Cobblestone is a map that they can definitely get things done on. Obviously, Signature wouldn't really have had any time to watch what Absolute did on Cobblestone. So you have to take that into effect. Maybe they weren't aware of how good Absolute actually is on Cobblestone. And I think, but I think luckily for them, I think we're past the point of overlooking Absolute at this point. They've realized that Absolute are a threat. They can take rounds. They have players who can get some star kills. So I think at this point, it's really going to come down to whether or not, or whose players are hitting shots when they need to. And right now, Signature's getting the better of those clutches.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can agree on that. I think it's been quite an interesting performance so far from both teams in this entire region, this entire tournament. And for those of you just joining us, this is the ESL Pro League APAC finals. It's been narrowed down to 8 teams from the region, 3 from Australia, 3 from China, and 2 from the Southeast Asia. So we will. This is basically the last day, I believe, of kind of group stages. It's now going to be a fast execute here from Absolute as they go straight up in towards danger. Rolex has to back away, and he's going to go directly into Laz's open arms. He is stuck between a rock and a hard place in that situation. They completely isolate Rolex altogether, take him out of the picture with little less than 40 damage done in total. Maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 50 damage done in total. But regardless, nice start from Absolute, and they're now going to head over in towards that B site.
Yeah, they'll take the fight with QQ, and he's going to win the first duel, but how much longer can he stay alive? Can he get any more? Oh my lord, he gets a double from the position. That's triple now for him in this one, and that is absolutely huge from QQ. He's decimated the T side, and now it's left up to his teammates, Cigarettes, Genius, and Reality to hold on the CT side as the T's push in, and there it is. Reality and Cigarettes will clutch it out. Huge plays from QQ.
What an unbelievable play from QQ got on Plat there. You think every single day of the week that he's done and dusted there. You don't think that there's a chance in hell he's going to win that, but somehow he wins that and he turns the tide. That is absolutely unbelievable work from the big man there, taking heads with him left, right, and centre. I still can't believe how crisp, clean those taps were. That was just absolutely filthy, and now it gives Signature that first round after it looked like Absolute had done so much work to get close here. Rolex has flashed himself out, but again, the CZ comes out on top as the MP9 just can't do the damage through the armor. He has to back away now. Genius is there to support Reality, but it's looking like a very much an A-heavy play here. Reality's going to be able to take down Poem as he pushes back through the smoke there. Bas has given the information that, well, B might have a player or two rotated off, and at the moment, he's really stuck and he needs support. He needs to either find a frag or at least make a bit of a nuisance for himself. He does have the support of Laz coming over with him. He's looking to gain a little bit of a plat aggression to QQ God, but out of everyone, that's the last person you want to have the aggression. Reality's going to be able to take down Crow almost completely blind, turns back around for Take J, sorry, and Laz is now left with a CZ and a dream, but Reality, he'll pick up a cool, calm 4K with, I think that's $2,400 dues in his pocket.
You could say that the dream met reality. Boom. That's right, folks. I'll do it on ESL as well. Don't doubt me.
Has to be done. Oh, is this smoke? Oh, that's cheeky. Oh, that's cheeky.
It is.
Reality.
Ooh.
Cheek. But anyway, it's looking like Rolex to go aggressive out towards long. This should pretty much just be a free farm for Genius, which it is. He'll pick up a casual 2K as Rolex is looking to get aggressive for himself as well. He'll catch off Poem and Take J knows what's coming. He knows that he has to try and find a dink if possible. The burst spray nearly pays dividends and Laz sitting there with a knife. I mean, hey, why not? We saw it happen last time and it gave him that extra bit of cash money to go ahead and buy that AWP, but he'll fall down at 3-0. A clean start here for Signature.
Yep. Nice little opening start. Not the one that Absolute will be hoping for. In the last matchup they played on this map, they actually took all 3 of those pistol rounds. So interesting to see that. I mean, if Signature comes out of this CT side with more than 6 rounds, I think that it could be a pretty hard map for Absolute to take here. I'm not sure they are as solid on the CT side as they are on their T side.
No, it's definitely, I can definitely agree with that. And Signature off to such a good start, it's actually quite dangerous at this point. They're going to go for the bonus round. They've got 4 SMGs supported by God with that, or QQ God, sorry, with that upgraded M4. So he's going to be able to do the damage from range. They're just going to leave him over towards Plat to maybe try and tap any potential threat, but it is going to have to be Rolex to come on in towards mid here. He has been spotted out. They now know that there's 1 player close. Reality, however, they're going to put their eggs in the basket. They're going to go for the 2 players down ramp, and it might pay dividends here if they can bait out this first player. Reality only just going to make it behind the wall in time, but the double peak is going to come out, so it's going to have to be fast here from Signature to take this round. Bast is going to be the first play to try and open things up. He will find one, but there we go. The trade comes out, and now Genius has to be careful from long. He's not sure where they are, and Woodstack pays dividends. Reality swinging wide, taking down Laz. Gives them an opportunity here to take this round, but Absolute, they're looking to take this nice and sharp. Reality, he upgrades into an AWP, 1 lower ramp, and it's a 3 versus 3 retake at this situation.
Rifles are still quite prominent on the T side, but it doesn't matter as Palm will get taken out. Oh my lord, the duels are just going not at all the way right now of Absolute. As Cigarettes will pull off the double with the MP9. He's able to get the defuse as well, and another clean round for Signature. Or not as clean as the rounds before, but still, three players out of it. You're grabbing that one. That's the 4th round for Signature. They're looking good right now in this match.
This is such a dangerous situation, right? Because like, look at the money that they've got. You look at the past 4 rounds, they've had 3 players left alive each round, and that round just then was a bonus round for them. So Absolute now have to force again back into this. This is just looking so dangerous. I mean, you know, we talk about the damage that the economy can do. Well, look at it. They're going to hold on to 2 MP9s because they know that they can. They've been able to run and gun with them, and it's paying dividends. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've gone and put, you know, Genius back up in towards drop. So this is just looking really, really dangerous here for Absolute because they just can't seem to grab any traction in these first 4 rounds.
Confidence, I think, is the main thing here. They keep the MP9s, and the opening kill will be found from Poem. So maybe a little bit of overconfidence here, unless Reality can prove me wrong, and he will definitely start to do so. He's going to find the first. Can he grab any more from this position? He is really stuck in a rough position right now. It'll be Crow to find the kill as they move now onto the A site. The bomb should go down, and the CTs will attempt to retake.
maybe a bit of overconfidence being thrown out the window there. The Genius will, mark my words, he takes down Bas, but Laz again finding a response. QQ God taking down Crow, and QQ God on Laz as well. It's all on a poem on site to take a 1 versus 2 to give him the first round. Holds tightly, just going to be pulling off the edge at the last second. Won't be able to take down QQ God, and what a retake that was from QQ God. Again, we are seeing these players from Signature really step up in crucial points. And, well, I mean, you know, last round, who was it? Was it Cigarettes with the MP9 running and gunning? This time it's QQ God with the AK tapping away, finding all 3 players on that A site. Like, this is just... I don't even know what to say at this point. The clutches are going in the way of Signature, and it's not even clutches. It's just strong retakes. It's strong CT-sided play, and Absolute just can do nothing about it.
Yeah, it's the confidence, isn't it? They have this confidence right now to take these rounds. They're winning the clutches. QQ is going crazy right now, doing a really good job over on the B side and being able to retake over. It seems like right now there's a lot of barriers that Absolute are going to have to work through if they want to grab T rounds. And you don't hear that said quite a lot on this cobblestone map, and that might be one of the reasons why it's no longer in the map pool.
Oh, I mean, that's the thing. It can be so unpredictable. I mean, these teams not exactly neck and neck in terms of, you know, what kind of power they have in individual and as a full Genius. What are you doing? You just stood in the molly there. But do you know what I mean? Like, it's not as if these teams are so different that this should be happening. No, this is just Signature winning these battles, winning their one-on-ones. Again, Cigarette's going to be able to take down Laz as Bas fell down at the hands of Reality early on, and Reality's got a nice position. He's got a nice read on this. He's actually going to hold quite an aggressive angle out from Plat, and that's going to find him the opening pick. He's gone back for a second as well. The confidence for Signature right now is absolutely peaking, and overall Take J has to try and find an opening, but again it's Reality, and he's going to find the third as well. My god, what is going on? That's a 4th kill. Reality just absolutely locking down anything to go towards B, and that is just clinical AWPing. Like, there's nothing else to say.
I think this has been the most dominant, like, couple of rounds that we've seen in this entire best of 3 so far. This is not the side that you're supposed to be getting a lead on, and not the side that you're supposed to make look easy. Right now, they're dominating on this CT side. 6 rounds, not a single one for the Ts, as they walk now onto the B side. And oh my, double kill through the smoke from Genius. That is pretty much sums up what's been going on from Signature right now. They've been making the right plays, doing the right things, and Laz, or Genius should I say, will add a 3rd to his resume. The 7th round will come out for Signature, and it's really not looking good for Absolute.
Yeah, Laz there, you can kind of see, I don't like saying it, but you can see the tilt on Laz right now. You know, he has that CZ 9 times out of 10. We see Laz get that kill on that flanker, and walks into the crosshair and just whiffs in the tiniest bit, and I think it's really starting to play on their mental side here, Absolute. I would hate to see this start to landslide out, but it's already starting to happen. 7-0. The entire kills here for Absolute does not, it only just goes past how many rounds have been played. 9 kills in total for the entire team, every player dying every single round. This is, I think this is one of the most dominating performances I've ever seen on Cobblestone as a CT side when it's, you know, in this meta.
Yeah, it's not what you expect to see coming out from this map, and especially not from Absolute, seeing as how successful they were on their T side against a team like MVP. You know, you expect to see a little bit more. It's definitely not all said and done just yet. They've still got a lot more to work with, and I'm sure if it's SC, they can do some crazy things if it's indeed necessary. They have the players to pull these clutches out. The smokes and the flashbangs will go out, but Reality is just ready and waiting right now with that AWP. The kills are raining in for him right now, and it looks as though the B site will be the site of attack.
And QQ God's going to get the perfect timing on this. He finds 1 for free. If a flash comes out to support him, he'll find a 2nd and maybe even a 3rd here. He's been able to catch the last player on the flat. He's going to find a 3rd as well. This is what we talk about when confidence is peaking. This is dangerous. Signature running away with every round. every single player here right now is stepping up for Signature, maybe bar Rolex, because he's just not having anything to do. The rest of his team is leading the charge, and every single round we see a 3K or a 4K come out from these players over at B. Reality is being an absolute menace, moving from left to right. He's on A site 1 minute, B site the next, holding drop the next minute. This man is just doing everything for the boys on Signature. He's even going to go ahead and go towards long. He's missed the opening frag, however, and that's going to be a little bit of problem. But goodness me, the confidence is just the swagger about it right now. The boys, they just seem to be on fire.
Yeah, and they can't do any wrong, you know. QQ, again, great hold over towards the B side of the map, and now it'll be an A side execute from them. They're going to try to clear out as much space as possible to push onto this A site, but they're going to run into a 3-man stack of A, and if, you know, the last few rounds of anything to say, it's that will definitely not go their way. The bomb will now head over towards the B site, however, so not a bad location change, as the bomb will now head towards the drop area. We'll see whether or not they can finally find some kind of opening in this game.
And if they don't send one plat, they're going to have so many problems if they do decide to go towards B, because they're going to have to be met by QQ Gold, but they're actually going to go through, connected towards A. Genius has been able to take 2 with him, and Reality from behind will be able to find 1 just as he comes out of the molly. Only just alive is the big man, but it won't matter. Rolex in from behind, doesn't realise there's 1 deep in towards ramp there, and fully flashed is a bus, and 9-0. The boys just will not hold back. It kind of feels like Absolute is a little bit lost in motion right now. They're kind of, you know, mid-round, they're just sort of running around like a headless chook, but I mean, could you blame them?
I mean, listen, that double kill from Genius, he got that while backing off from the doorway connector. He was trying to get away, and he still managed to pull off a double kill spray down. That just shows you the kind of confidence and momentum and just skill level right now that Signature are playing at. This is what I assumed would be the scoreline for the MVP Absolute game, where you'd see this individual play come out from MVP. They'd pull off all these crazy plays, and the skill level would just, you know, balance it out for them. It would just take it for them. But it seems as though Signature are the ones to be dominant on this one, and I can't help but feel like I'd really like to see an MVP versus Signature on this map.
Yeah, I feel like that could definitely cause for a little bit of sauciness. Take J's actually been able to catch out Rolex in behind danger there. I don't know whether that was unexpected from Take J. Unfortunately, we're not on the player then, but seemed like a very easy pick. Genius now just going to be... Oh my days, he just swings completely wide there, finding another pick there. QQ God's been able to hurt here, Bars fall down, and... well, this is just really problematic. It's Laz versus QQ God in towards drop, and this is the kind of fight that you want if you're Laz, but unfortunately he has to back away. The high ground doesn't work in this situation. Reality, just stop it. Get out of the server. This is unfair. He is playing like an absolute beast on Cobblestone right now. Genius goes aggressive, takes down Laz before he's even seen 10-0 right now, and Reality is just absolutely playing out of his mind with this AWP on Cobblestone.
It feels like it's almost a trick shot montage that we're watching right now.
It really does.
You know, even though this is such a one-sided map, you're always just expecting this crazy play to come out from Signature, and in a way, it's almost as if, you know, each round is super close. Absolute take it really close, and then the individual skill and a crazy play from Signature is what takes them the round. And this Bass will finally get an opening on towards the B site. They will attempt to push in. The flash is going to pay off. Take J will find the first. It's just Cigarettes on the B site, and he's going to fall as well. Could this be the first round? For the T's, it definitely looks as though that will be the case. It's just Rolex. He'll fall the Crow. And finally, Absolute are able to put a round on the board. And does this mean we might start to see somewhat of a comeback?
No. No, look, I think the opening pick there on towards Reality, it was Bast the push really aggressive to Platt there, catches him trying to move across in towards Chicken Coop, and then it all unfolds from there. So maybe that's how they do this, absolutely. Maybe they try and find where Reality is, take him down, and then it all falls down around him, but I don't think that's the case. Rolex down to 22 HP, but the fact of the matter is you cannot expect Reality to be anywhere. 1 minute he's at Coop, then he's over at A long, then he's by A ramp, then he's all the way back by A door. Like, this is just, he's doing what an AWPer should be doing. He just takes a shot, moves every single round. You cannot predict where this guy is going to hold, and that is the unpredictableness that is Signature right now. Absolute is having so many problems dealing with not just one player, but all of them, because they seem to be changing their positions up every single time. And I mean, for right now, it looks like an A play, but Reality, again, is in the right position to take this fight.
Indeed. Ready and waiting. Reality right now. Absolutely killing it for the Signature side. And is in a very close position to take this fight, but still in the position to take it. He's going to be flashed out, but that won't stop him from finding one. But it's only one. You've managed to quell the beast for just a few seconds. The Molotovs are going to come in, and that will open up the site just a little bit more. They've got a 2v4 retake to come in. And we were talking about them getting rid of Reality, and that's the opening. It does seem as though that has definitely been the case. Crow will come from behind, grab the double spray down, and that will be the second rounds for Absolute. But as you were saying, the problem with taking down Reality is it's like saying, there's only one tank and then 4 foot soldiers. If we get rid of the tank, it's just the foot soldiers. Problem is, it's really hard to get rid of the tank.
I think actually, you know, these past 2 rounds, well, I mean, that round especially, Reality and Signature as a whole team kind of gave that to them. They put 2 way too close towards long there without the trade value, as they're both staring at the flash. Rolex goes aggressive and Reality isn't there to trade out. So now Signature's aggression is actually working against them, with Absolute being able to take him down. I think a little bit too much confidence coming out from Signature right now might allow Absolute to find a way back into this game. A foothold, but Reality is there yet again to say, no, there is no foothold in this universe that you get to come back. We are going to take this CT side, and you have nothing to say about it. QQ God, so aggressive all the way down to Plat. Look at this aggression, like whether they realize it or not, he's on the other side of that smoke, and if that flash cut works the wrong way, they push straight out. They manage to find that opening frag, really crucial there, but Genius just goes ahead and re-aggresses over towards Plat.
The aggression is ridiculous right now. I was worried that maybe that overconfidence would start to, you know, hurt the Signature side. They're doing these crazy pushes, and if Absolute could capitalize off it, then that's definitely the opening they need. But, I mean, it's hard to capitalize when they're just hitting ridiculous shots that they really just shouldn't be hitting. Now, they're in a position where they need to move on to this B site. They have a player in Con, and it will be Genius to hold the B site deep up towards the Plat, but this might be the shot. Oh no, the timing. He's going to be able to find the first one, but he will be traded out. It's Take J to clutch it in a 1v2, and boy, have we seen him do it before. Yeah, he's definitely got the time to do so as well. 10 seconds to get this bomb down. Got a smoke, got a flash to work with. Smoke's deployed to allow him to get that bomb and get on towards that site. Now he's actually in a decent position to take this one out, but the push coming from Cigarettes leaves him to be only one of 2 places. Reality, he knows that he could be pushing up in towards Pizza. He's going to push aggressive, and he doesn't expect him to be on that close angle there. Take J, just not going to be able to do it, as Cigarettes will eventually pull it back from the clutches of literal defeat there. But Signature, you know, I just can't say it enough. It's not even the fact that they are hitting these frag movie-like shots. Like, it's not that they are making these massive clutches, it's the confidence to do it. Like, the repeats coming out from these guys. You know, QQ God falls down at the end of Plat, and Genius jumps up on top of Plat to fight the players that have just pushed him. Like, they're just unrelenting right now. They're not giving them a second to breathe, and this is what you see. It's now 11-2, and it's looking very sore and sorry. Genius almost threw the smoke, but Laz says no. I see your bullets, I see your spray, I'll take you down. And a 4 versus 5 now as Signature lose that opening pick. Now, the T's Still very spread out here. They need to change this tempo up. But the problem with going slow like this is exactly what we're about to see. QQ, again, super aggressive position. He's going to be in the right spot to try and do something, but Bas is going to find that one. Poem to follow up. They're moving on to the B site, and it looks like it might be a third round, folks. Unless, of course, there's some heroics from Rolex in a 1v4. Can he do it? Surely not. Oh, he's going to turn around. He's going to find that one. Oh, is this actually going to happen? He's going to... Oh, he almost had the head on Rolex there, but it can't be done. Signature will lose it. It's absolute to grab the third round. And now the final round of the half here. It's going to be a buy from both teams. Not so great looking over towards the CT side, but, well, I mean, this is the kind of round that absolutely
have to take. Yeah, they have to
capitalize on. Sorry, I laughed at the fact that I said absolutely, but
worry, I understand.
You get the point.
I get you. It's, I think in that round especially, you know, that could have gone one of two ways. QQ God goes close to take that first aggression, and Reality, unfortunately, actually, he pulls behind the box as they push out, and he shuts off QQ God, gets isolated, goes for a repeat, falls down, and that's not what you want to see. QQ God, look at how aggressive that was, all the way through to B halls there. He was almost a dragon by the time that Bas caught him out, but now they do get the man advantage, and they definitely have the weapon advantage. So absolute here, this has to be their round. They cannot let this go begging, otherwise they are going to be in a lot of trouble. I mean, a lot of trouble they're in already. We saw their CT side just before, and it was not impressive, to say the very least. Rolex is going to go aggressive, just going to be able to catch out, take G. He will be able to take down, take Bas down to 12 HP, but still not good enough. Cigarettes is going to get caught out in the open, but Poem gives him the chance here. He's going to take a second as well. This round's all falling apart as Cigarette and Reality both coming together to find some kills. Laz now left in a 1 versus 2, but if anyone can do it for Absolute, it has to be Laz.
Indeed, it does. 1v2. Oh, sorry, 1v2. Cigarettes. Oh, this is interesting here. He's going to find the first one out. Pretty much scot-free. Grab the bomb, but he has to be aware of his time here. 15 seconds on the clock. At this point, he can almost take this just by not playing it all. Oh, I thought it was going to happen, but it didn't. Reality, too sharp right now. He will take that one. It'll be 12-3 as the Signature side take a pretty much land side half win.
Yeah, unfortunately, that flash gave him away just a bit too much. Could have been interesting, actually, if he had a dry peek. That Reality waiting for it, of course, you know, as you would expect him to, but he was starting to second-guess himself, making sure he didn't go down into ramp and have that opening kill, because he did know the position of Reality after finding that opening pick, but 12-3 is such a damning T... Yeah, CT, sorry, yeah, I just completely messed that up. Oh, they called for a pause there. So, you know, 12 CT rounds on Cobblestone after SZ was able to go 14 and 16 against MVP, arguably one of the best teams, if not the best team in the APAC region right now. And this is what happens. Like, Signature, I got nothing to say, man. Just, Reality is a beast with that AWP on Cobblestone.
Yeah, 19 kills, 7 deaths right now for Reality. Leading the scoreboard quite dominantly. Next closest player's on 13. So really sort of shows you how crazy and what a high level Reality is playing at right now. I mean, even though that's not to take away though from what Absolute are doing here. It's, if you look at the top of your screen, it doesn't look like a close game. All right, 12-3. That's pretty much as landslide as it gets, you know. But every single one of these rounds, or almost every single one of these rounds, especially after the first 6, have been really competitive on Absolute side. They just haven't been winning these clutches. Reality, Rolex, QQ, Cigarettes, Genius, all of them are just getting in these crazy positions, hitting these crazy shots, and they're winning out these clutch situations, and I think that's really what's been the problem for Absolute.
Yeah, no, I can definitely agree with that. You know, Signature, most times they've got players on there that are walking away with your 3Ks, with your 4Ks, and just like when it becomes every round, like at what point is it tilting? You know, is it 7 rounds that it's happened for? Is it 8 rounds? Is it 9 rounds? Like 10 rounds straight, I think it was. Let me just double check. Yeah, 10 rounds straight of maximum tilt. In my opinion, like, if you have a look at how many players were left alive every single round, there's 1 round where 2 players were left alive. Other than that, every other round has 3 or more players. Like on cobblestone CT. After you play MVP and you take it 14-16, like, at what level do you start to just be so frustrated that you almost lose your mind? Like, and it's not to say that like Absolute wasn't playing well. Like they were. It's not like they were literally running around like headless chooks. They were still sticking together. They were still playing like a team. But it just felt like Signature read every single move, was in the right position every time, hit every shot, and just didn't stop. It was that snowball effect that we see when a team gets on a good start like that. Like it just, as they go, the momentum gains and it just gets bigger and bigger and the mountain gets harder and higher to climb. And now you have a situation where Absolute on a CT side on cobblestone now has to try and claw back 9 rounds straight before they even just get to Signature's level on CT side. And it didn't look their CT side, you know, granted didn't look that promising on in their last match up against MVP. Maybe it's going to be different this time, but you know, it is a tall order for Absolute right now.
Yeah. So I think the only positive you can take for Absolute right now is the fact that when their opponent tends to get to those high round scores, that's when Absolute really start to show up. You know, you start to see these clutches from Tate J and Crow where they're doing these crazy plays and hitting the shots that they shouldn't be hitting, right? So the problem is that it's not as if it's 9-12, you know, and even if Absolute start to kick it up, Signature are playing so well right now that I just don't know if there's enough breathing room for Absolute to sort of come back into this series.
Yeah, I think that is a major point. You know, is that breathing room? Like how many rounds do you need to make this happen? You know, how much of a deficit can you come back from? What kind of a lead can you take? You know, at the moment, Signature have 9 rounds to play with, right, before it starts getting scary. Absolute have 2 rounds to play with before their backs are up against the wall and they cannot afford to lose. So, you know, it becomes a little bit concerning at that point. And again, just a really strong showing from Signature. Like, what else can you do, man? Reality, I think he missed all of 3 shots that I saw in the entire... And one of them, you know, like 1 or 2 of them were flicks. So, Absolute, though, you know, in saying that Signature, well played to them, it's now Absolute's turn to try and reset themselves, right? So, if they can reset themselves, you know, fix their own mindset, is it possible? Is it possible to see Absolute come back into this? Oh, wow. We've actually got a PC issue, ladies and gentlemen, so...
Yeah, Henry G's throwing the computer out of the thing again. That is reference point is... What one was that? Point. Was that the last match? No, it was the major before. Henry G threw a computer out of his booth. That's basically what's happened here.
At what point do you throw a computer? Like...
it was the actual computer as well, the tower, not even the monitor, just straight the computer
like
out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand, like, you know, your keyboard, you rip it out, you throw it, your mouse, even your monitor, you just lift it and throw it. But, like, at what point do you go, no, you know what? Unplug everything and just launch it. Like,
yeah.
When? Why? How? Why?
I mean, there's levels of anger, right? And I think that's the peak level of just being triggered.
That's like Charlie Sheen anger. Like, you need anger management, man. Like,
yeah. That's why it was funny. Because obviously it's absolutely ridiculous that you would throw your computer out of a booth in the middle of a game. But, oh, man. Well, you know, I'm hoping that's not what's happened here for Absolute. You can, you can really hope. When they say PC down, they don't mean as in like out for the count, and they mean like, it's just somebody accidentally turned it off.
Yeah, look, we're sorry for the delay, guys, and we're sorry for the chit chat, but you know we've got to keep ourselves sane as well.
Yeah, Liquid's been kicking wires again, boys. Oh, another on-point reference.
Oh my goodness! But I guess what we can talk about that is CS:GO related is the latest update from the boys up at Valve. Dust 2 now back in the competitive pool.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, everybody always complains about this map being in the map pool and how it's broken and isn't fun to watch. I don't mind it. It's never been a map that I have a big beef with. I wanted Cash to go, but you know, Cobblestone, I'll take that. Dust 2 coming back in is obviously, you know, a classic map. It was always going to come back in. It's one of those maps that is very aim heavy. So we lose a specialist map in game, a more aim heavy map. You can always expect good games on Dust 2, so it's not a bad choice to bring that one back in. And hopefully, right, instead of Cobblestone coming back in, they bring in a new map. You can hope. Because how many times can you fix Cobblestone?
Yeah, I know.
20?
How many times has Cobblestone's been out?
A lot.
Yeah, I can't even... Oh, sorry. Started playing. I can't even remember how long Cobblestone's been out for, so I've just put some music in the background so everyone's not too bored. I feel like Cobblestone has been taken out 4 times, like properly and completely refigured. I mean, I remember when I first started playing how different B-Site was. Like B-Site extended all the way back like it was on 1.6 at the very far corner. That was where the bomb site was, and I just I mean, I don't think we can see a new map come in. I don't think that a new map will come into the map pool. I think that it will have to be, unless they put all their minds to work and figure out what would be a decent map and a fair map and a balanced kind of map, then we're just going to see constant maps being taken out, redone, put back in. And like you said, Dust 2 though, that was always coming back in. I mean, Dust 2 is the OG. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows that Dust 2 is the OG. Even people that don't play Counter-Strike see Dust 2 and they're like, oh, Counter-Strike, it's such an iconic place. But I think that coming back into the mix is going to be really interesting now that it's been redone. I don't think that the angles have really changed that much. I think it's pretty much pretty similar to what it's been in the past. But I don't know. Maybe a change in the map pool might mix things up for especially some of the lower teams. Might give them a chance in this.
Yeah, all those teams that had Cobblestone permabanned will be jumping for joy right now. And, you know what? I think if we do get a new map in, I think there's 3 obvious choices, or maybe 2, right? Obviously, everybody wants Tuscan back. So if they brought Tuscan back, we would all be happy, and it'll go down well, all right, with the community. Or alternatively, you get FM Pone to bring one of his maps in, you know, Santorini, Sub-Zero, any one of those. The guy's a good map creator. He did a great job with Cash. Not that I like it that much, but it's still a good map. So, you know, I feel like you could chuck any one of those maps in and it would work out fine.
Yeah, I mean, time will tell, of course, because we are actually going to be getting back underway. We do see the big man himself come back in for Absolute. So now we're back underway, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for that very long extended brew. It wasn't very long. I mean, we've seen what very long really is when you look at the tournaments in the past, but it is going to be a B play here for Signature. A couple in towards drop, couple in towards plat. They're actually just going to explode straight away in here. They're going to go directly in towards drop. They're already they're blitzing on towards this B bomb side, but Bars has pushed so aggressively all the way up, and now Poem, he's going to try and help, but Bars has found a second Crow as well, adding one to his tally. Tapping away was Poem, but he couldn't find the kill. Rolex now, well, they're actually... Backs are up against the wall here, Signature. There's a chance here for Absolute to take this pistol round, but they cannot allow them to isolate it into a one-on-one at any point in time. And, well, at that, they're actually doing. They've allowed Rolex to take down Crow scot-free. There's no damage being done to him. Bars now just has to hold on the other side of the smoke as he knows that Genius has to come for him at some point. They've just completely let them isolate each other, and now... Take J is in a 1 versus 2. The bomb is over on towards plat. They have complete control of B as Take J, 19 HP, has to pull away. And this is not looking promising in any way, shape or form. Take J, 1 versus 2, retake situation.
Yeah, it kind of all fell apart there for Absolute. It looked really promising at the start, but as you were saying, they allowed it to be isolated, and there it is. 13th round for Signature. They take the pistol back from what looked like a very bleak place. Signature, once again, when it comes down to these clutch situations, when they're up against the wall, that's when Signature will start to show the true power of their side, the true power of the dark side, as Palpatine would say. And now, with 13-3, they'll head once again towards the B site, and we'll see whether or not they can succeed once again.
Bars taking a lot of damage there through that molly, falls down to 63 HP. I like the swag in towards drop. I've always liked that. It's a cheeky little play. It pushes players out of position, and I mean, if you find that opening with that, that's a $900 you lose just sitting in your bank account. It will be Bars to hold from just behind the smoke now, as it looks like Cigarettes is going to push on in. Poem falls down to 17 HP, as I think that might have been the play with the, yeah, that was with the shoddy there. So damage done, and Bars has to be pushed away here as the molly pushes him deeper. He's going to go for the re-aggression over in towards plat. He's still trying to take this fight right now, and one of the players, I think that was Rolex, was completely out in the open, but he's going to fall down, and so too does the bomb site at that, and Crow and Take J, well, they're in a retake situation, and it's not looking promising at all. And like we said, you know, they had 2 rounds to play with, and already, you know, it's 1 away from that point.
Now, it doesn't look as though they're going to be able to get too much out of this one either. It's going to go to the 14th for Signature. It was Absolute really needed to grab that pistol round, and they were so close, and then all of a sudden it just fell apart. It seems like that's been happening time and time again in this matchup on this map. They definitely had a much more competitive play on Mirage. Now's the 14th round, goes to Signature. It's really not looking good for Absolute.
No, 14-3 is a very, very bleak score line. You know, it's at some point you do have to feel sorry for Absolute, and sorry for all the guys in chat. Yes, this is map number 2. Absolute have played Cobblestone twice today, but the first map in this best of 3 was Signature, and Absolute obviously on Mirage, and Signature took that in a semi-convincing fashion. But this has just been an absolute overhaul of a map. It's pretty much a done situation here as Signature, looking just to close this out nice and early. QQ God actually has a firing range at that point. He's got 5 bullets left to get that kill. He dinks but can't connect the shots. Rolex will be able to take down Take J, and with that again goes that A bomb site, and this is going to be a very tricky situation if Absolute really do want to go for this. But if they don't, they've only got 1 round to work with, and they've got to take back 12 in a row on CT. Cobblestone, they're going to push straight on through. They actually managed to find one with a really nice flash. Cigarettes just on the underside of Romeo will be able to take down Crow, and now things again just look so bleak, and my goodness, reality. Well, who else but reality?
Yeah, it was exactly what I was about to say. Who else but reality is going to do that? He goes for the triple, makes it big, and Signature will take the 15th round. Absolute have pretty much nothing to work with here. MP90 UMP, 2 ZZs, and a Scout. We've seen them win rounds like this before, but with such a huge deficit that they're facing, I can't imagine they'll be too confident and too, you know, the momentum isn't really in their favor, basically.
No. And all the eggs in the basket. Signature, all on B. This is done and dusted. Poem would have to go absolutely monstrous with the UMP right now. Does take down Rolex, giving himself a chance, and this flank coming in with 4 players. Might be able to do something, but it's surely going to be QQ God to tap away here. It's going to be 4 men up to face the firing range that is QQ God. They've spotted him out, so they will be able to isolate if they so please. Flash comes out, completely blinds one of the players, but Take J, completely blind, will be able to find that kill. Genius now doesn't expect Bars to be so fast there, but the trades have come out. Crow's been able to take down Genius. All of a sudden, 2 versus 3 with Reality. Cigarettes has been able to take down 1, but can't do any more. And what a retake coming out from the boys at Absolute, but it's a 10-second defuse. No, not like this. Surely not.
Oh my.
Oh my god, no way. Absolute with not it. 0.4 seconds remaining. They pull it back. That literally, like, I think Signature were like unpacking their computers, you know. They're like, alright, it's time to go now. Unplug, unplug, unplug. Oh my days, Absolute.
Oh man.
Talk about a heart stopper.
Well, I mean, what can you say? This is it, isn't it? That every time it goes down to these close situations, it seems like Absolute pulls out some crazy play with like little to no weaponry and keep themselves in it. But so far they have not been able to keep themselves in it and then go to win. It's always been keep themselves in it for a little bit longer and then that's it. And with the deficit that they're facing, as we said before, it's just going to be so hard to hold on to this. They literally can't make a mistake.
No mistakes to be made, and by the looks of it, Signature are going to fully execute on that B-bomb side. Bars can't do anything as he burns in the molly, not even a bullet fired there, and that's a first opening kill again as Crow had already fallen over in towards A, and so now Poem has to try and hold as they push on out here, but they're taking their time, Signature. They know that they can. The push is going to come directly out from Reality, rather. Laz with 2 kills, a tap with a spray control. I thought he was about to go monstrous, but GG, well played to Signature. Oh, Absolute, it feels bad, man.
I mean, GG. Listen, as even though Absolute didn't win a map here in all the 3 games we've casted, I'm really impressed with what they did there. I didn't expect anything out of them, and they showed up on Mirage, they showed up on Cobble. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it done on either of those maps, and this one goes a bit one-sided towards Signature side, but still, great performance from Absolute. Great performance from Signature. They're going to go up now to the decider match and play the loser of the winners match right now that's being played. I don't know if that's finished or not. So, yeah, a great series from us.
Yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed being able to watch the boys that were... sorry, I've just lost my train of thought. That were Absolute, you know, 3 games, and they do give it their best, but unfortunately, you know, the team's just way too strong in that situation. So, for now, guys, we are just going to make sure that this is it, but I'm pretty sure this is it from us today. So, would you like to say anything to finish off here, big fella?
Sure. It's been great pleasure. It's been a great pleasure, if I can speak English, to cover the B stream for ESL. Oh man, it's been really fun. Me and Maniac kill it on the regular, so if you want to keep following us, you like the voices, the best thing to do is follow us on Twitter. Maniac at Maniac Monday, and me at ZeshCS. So, yeah, keep around, boys.
And so, guys, that will conclude today's B stream. It's been a pleasure from myself and Zesh here to take you through this, through this roller coaster it was for Absolute. But fortunately, in the end, turns into nothing more but a signature game and an MVP game. So from now until the next time, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you get across to the A stream where I believe it's going to be MVP taking on Signature to decide who goes into tomorrow's game. You all have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you next time.